Hello everyone, my name is Brian and welcome back to another commentary gameplay. This time I figured I could play a siege match since I haven't featured a siege match in a long time. It really fell out of favor, especially with Clash coming into play. I'd rather play Clash than I would play any siege, in my opinion. Both are not my complete favorites at this point. Probably still play them more than Conquest. And that's just because I don't really like the vibe that's around Conquest. Because of the the fact that you have, have to call your role if you even want to have a chance at it. And you need to do it very quickly, otherwise someone will be doing it a bit sooner. So, what do I think of Isis? I'm playing Isis at this point. Isis is probably my favorite mage. I really like her a lot. I've her got rank 10, I think. I'm actually not sure if I have her got rank 10. She would definitely deserve it. She's definitely high in the rankings on my worshippers. And that's just because I like her a lot. She has a lot into her kit. She can help out a lot with silence, with her ultimate, with her spirit ball, the stun. And her late game potential is very powerful. With a good amount of power, she can just one or two shot someone fairly easily, and her ultimate is the best fight giant secure in the game, so very powerful indeed. But this time I do want to talk a bit about the other game from Hi-Res, Paladins, if you're not familiar with it. It is still in closed beta. I recently got a beta key for it, and I've been playing it a few times actually. Enjoyed it a lot. It's a bit of my game style to begin with, because I used to play TF2, also some other shooters, but mostly TF2 back in the day. And it's really, well, it reminds me a bit of TF2, but also with the card system and the fact that you have a lot of abilities, it's also a bit better. And as you can see, beautiful silence, stun. Oh my god, already first blood with the Thanatos, a lot of damage early on. I was able to stun the Athena, and with that stun the side from the Thanatos was guaranteed. A lot of pressure early on, getting us the first blood. Still looking for those other abilities to hit, but as you can see she's a bit far in a tower, so a bit too risky. Thanatos is baiting, probably won't work. You can bait by backing, but probably not something. What also something to note is what I think is rather interesting. The voice pack they did for the Sobek, the Kaiju voice pack, that it's reporter, really interesting. As you can see, my auto attacks are a bit glitchy. If you get interrupted with auto attacks, sometimes it really has a weird thing with the chain on it. It's always a bit odd, but that's alright. So about Paladins, you have a lot of champions, and well, not a lot yet, but a good amount of champions. At this point I do need to beat. I don't want to be taunted into an entire minion wave. Will definitely take way too much damage and probably even die. So that's also the reason why I picked up the beat, because against Athena you definitely need those beats. Aegis is also a very good pickup for me, and I'll probably get it next, because with the Chuck ultimate you can prevent that one. You can prevent a lot of damage from the Janus, as well as the Neath ultimate, so definitely a good pickup as well. We do have a lot of damage, but we are a bit out pressured. But that's alright. We have first blood on our Thanatos against their Athena, so shouldn't be too much of an issue. But like I was saying, Paladins, 4 game modes. There's a vote bot. When you join a queue, you get, instead of the queue where you have to just accept, you can vote what game mode you can play. You have payload, you have capture and siege, capture only, and you have survival. The game mode I like most is probably capture and siege. It's one I really enjoy a lot. It has a lot of aspects to it. But some champions are a lot better at it than others. If you have no more tanky champions, then it's a lot more difficult. And Athena liked to go for it, and she takes so many tower shots. Oh, just barely health left. The Neath doesn't have any mana left, so I might be able to pick up. Yes, and not looking back at the explosion like the cool dogs. Not looking back at those explosions. Spirit Ball detonating on the max range. I knew it would hit the Athena if she didn't, well, she wouldn't turn around or sidestep. So I was able to hit that one, picking her up for my first kill. The other lane is actually doing fairly well as well. In total we have 6 kills, 2 of which in the right lane and the others in the left lane actually. So we are ahead by a lot. As you can see, we already have the Siege Juggernaut. With only 4 minutes on the clock we already took their tower. You can get the tower earlier, but with the Juggernaut it's a lot easier, of course. And Janus, being the escape artist, gets away because there is a wall. Very powerful indeed. But, well, this Kaiju has the Reporter as voice pack, the Sobek skin. I don't really like it too much. I think it's a good concept, but I'm not sure. Nice. Thanatos is really playing well this game, hitting a lot of his sights, and if you do that as a Thanatos, you'll almost guaranteed be successful. And as you saw there, Neath was charging up her ultimate. Nice block from the Sobek. I do want to secure some damage, but her backflip is down, and the Sobek, his ultimate, secures that kill. I kind of want to chase, and as you can see, good amount of damage. The heavily agility, or the sprint, I'm not extremely sure what it's called at this point. But at least additional movement speed for your teammates and yourself. Definitely very good. I like to get Book of Thought on Isis, of course, and that's just because of the fact that provides a lot of power even without the stacks. And well, I like to build her very high burst oriented. I usually don't get Warlock Sash. It's a good pickup if you want to play it more safe, or if you're in Conquest. Conquest, I definitely recommend that one. Unless you really don't feel threatened and are ahead by a lot, then Book of Thought gives you a huge amount of burst. Or just the plain old Doom Orb. Doom Orb is very powerful as well at this point. But that's alright. I'll leave the red buff for our Thanatos, or whoever wants to get it. The Thanatos doing a lot of work, I don't really need it as much. But to have a buff, I'll just go for that mana buff. That's alright. But like I was saying, Paladins, I really like it a lot. I played it a few, well, I think I've already... I've played it so many times already that I have every single card for every single champion, so in that regard I don't have anything to do left to do to get any cards, but that does mean you can experiment with card builds, and that's quite interesting. It's something with a build in Smite you can also experiment a lot with it. Flanking from behind, they don't have an awful lot of response to it. And at this point, the Neath is just admitting her defeat. She's backing at a spot. She could even try to backflip the Sobek ultimate. But after that I had my Spirit Ball and my Wing Gust ready, so she was dead. She was just plain dead. But if you haven't played Paladin and if you're a fan of the shooters, I definitely recommend at least trying it out. If you haven't been able to get into the beta, I think they are giving away a lot more keys lately because they want to make it a soft open beta kind of thing. At least that's something I've picked up from Drywear. Not 100% sure, so don't get to me if I'm wrong, but could definitely be true. Fortunately enough, it was a bit too early with the Spirit Ball, but still does the damage. And he's not able to charge up his ultimate enough to get away. Janus getting wrecked. This team really good synergy. As you see, unfortunately enough, I didn't see that the Phoenix was still firing one bolt at our Sobek. Otherwise, I probably would have just used my ultimate to save him. But unfortunately enough, that's not something I was able to. This time I did use it, healing up my teammates, trying to save him. Was not enough, unfortunately. But we are able to pick up them, and well, they definitely did not see that. That was really bad. I missed everything. And they were probably looking with me because they were dead, so I'll just say, you didn't see anything. You didn't see me fail every single ability I have. It's actually quite impressive to miss every single Wind Gust, Bolt. But still. Ooh, huge amount of damage on the Chuck. Getting wrecked. I kind of was thinking about catching it, but he moved a bit to the side. I wouldn't have died from it, but I would have been very low. So that's a bit unfortunate. Oh, and Janus is going greedy, but I silence him and he's not able to finish off the Thanatos. The silence saving the Thanatos. He's able to throw his scythe into his face. Rest in pieces indeed. Rest in pieces. At this point we are so fat. We're 20-4. They can't even surrender yet. So, yeah, they're basically screwed. I'm level 16 already. The highest on their board is a level 13 Neath. I haven't died any time. I have 7 kills, 4 assists. So I haven't been part of every single kill. 11 out of 20, so still pretty decent. But moving around for the flank. The team fight kind of moved up a bit. And somehow I forgot to detonate my Spirit Ball. Or I misclicked, I'm not entirely sure. But bringing her into execute range, able to pick her up. And as you can see, Athena has nothing on us anymore. She isn't tanky enough. She won't be tanky enough ever because we wreck her face. Nice Chuck ultimate prevents my Spirit Ball from stunning him. Gets over the wall, but my team is still chasing them. And it looks like we might be able to pick a nice Sobek pluck. Spirit Ball to the wall. Yes! In his face. 430 damage already. With only 3 items. And the surrender vote comes out, of course. Makes sense. They wouldn't have any chance to get back into this game. Athena didn't even have her second active yet. So, yes. Very well done on the team. Really good team. Both lanes actually won, so in that case that makes it a lot more easy. Usually you see one lane having trouble or losing and the other lane performing a bit better, but this time both lanes were wrecking hard, and as you can see, a lot of damage, just barely more damage than our Thanatos, but we both above the 10k mark, so that was a huge amount of damage. As you can see, only 3 items in, but definitely very powerful items. I didn't need any penetration, and that's just because I had so much damage because I was ahead. So the additional cooldown from the Corner's Pendant allowed me to use my abilities even more, allowing me to continue the snowball. And it was enough because they surrendered, and otherwise we would have probably won within 5 minutes. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, and as always, good luck, have fun, and I'll see you guys in the next one.